We're going to create a local area network that consists of 2 desktop computers, 1 notebook computer, an inkjet printer, a photo printer, and a cable modem. We'll be creating an Ethernet using a physical star topology and 10 base T cables.
Our first step is to check each computer for an Ethernet card, a type of network interface card.
The first desktop computer already contains an Ethernet card. We can tell by the RJ45 port in the back of the computer. The second desktop computer needs an Ethernet card, so we've purchased an inexpensive one that supports either 10 or 100 megabit transfer rates. This card easily slips into one of the PCI slots on the computer's motherboard. The notebook computer will use an Ethernet PC card, which slides into the PCM CIA slot. A little pigtail that attaches to the card contains the RJ45 port that we'll need for our network connection. When considering a printer for our network, we had 2 choices. Plan A would be to provide centrally located printers that we would connect directly to the hub. This plan would require some complex configuration settings, so we turned to Plan B. Under Plan B, we will connect the inkjet printer to one workstation and the photo printer to another workstation, then use Windows printer sharing so that the printers can be reached from any workstation. We purchased a combination hub and router, plus enough 10 base T cables for each of our network devices. The router will come in handy when we connect our network to the cable modem, because it will handle the packets that travel between our local network and the Internet. We're going to be locating the hub and cable modem in a convenient centralized alcove that we can screen off later to hide all of the cables. We picked up the cable modem from our local cable TV company when we subscribed to the cable modem service. The hub requires power. It is a good idea to use a surge strip to prevent our equipment from getting fried by a power spike. Okay, we're ready to connect all of the cables. Let's plug a cable into the hub for one of the desktop computer connections. These cable connectors work just like the ones on your telephone cables. They just snap into place. Let's run the other end of the cable to the back of the desktop computer. We'll turn on the computer and let it boot. Once the network card gets power, it should establish a connection with the hub. Yep, we have a connection light. For each desktop computer, we'll plug a cable into the hub and then run it out to the computers. While we're waiting for them to boot, we'll connect the cable modem. One end plugs into the cable modem, and the other end plugs into the hub. We also need to connect the cable modem to the wall jack. We're going to use one of the standard wall jacks for our cable TV. Our cable modem requires power, so we'll plug it into the surge strip. Well, that just about does it for the hardware part of our network. From the connection lights, it looks like all of the devices are talking to the hub. Although the physical connections are in place, we can't use the network until we make a few configuration settings. We'll have to install a driver for the network card that we installed in one of the desktop computers. That's easy to do by just following the instructions included with the card. We'll also need to activate file sharing using the control panel's network settings. Finally, we'll use our browser software to access and configure the router.
Well, it looks like our network is up and running. I can access either printer, any of the workstations, and everyone has cable modem access to the Internet. Not bad for a couple of hours' work.